2021 Labor Day sale, 15% off almost everything. Exclusions apply. Usually that's for Shimano or really high-end Daiwa stuff. Those companies just don't allow discounts on their products, so let's skip them. We'll stick to baits for now. Let's go to the top seller category. So here in the top seller category, we've got tackle, reels, rods, terminal, line, other junk down here. We'll go to the baits first. And right away, top line, we got some really good stuff. We got the bandits, the chigger craws. This is a newer bait, the Maxent Creature Hog. I have had success with this so far. The Pit Boss, which smells like the old power bait, if any of you are familiar with that. That's a really good smelling bait right there, the new version of the Pit Boss. This is not the Havoc version. We got the Fritzide, the HD, which looks like it has some nicer colors on it. What else we got? We got the General, basic stick bait, copy, dirty jig, swim jig, hog farmer, spunk shad. This is a hot trailer for chatterbaits according to Tactical Bassin. I've personally never used it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. We got your Kitex as usual. Dark Sleeper, we got the Sweet Beaver, which is always on here. We got the DT series, which is a great crankbait, just don't slap them against the water. We got Whopper Ploppers, Robo Worms, the new Hybrid Hunter. This is a newer bait. I'm not really familiar with it. Everybody says it's great in grass. I'm not sold. It's just, I have no use for this right now in my life. That's just it. I don't. It doesn't fill any gap in my tackle box that I think I have. The Rage Bug, a lot of people love this thing. Rage Craw. This is a great swim jig trailer, and what I think a lot of people overlook is that these paddles actually kind of form a cup and remind me a lot of a spinnerbait blade when they're in the water. I mean, yeah, it's a craw, but it behaves more like a blade to me. So that's a key trailer for me for swim jigs. We got the Menace, which is a very, very productive bait on its own or as a trailer. The Zako, which has been proven as a chatterbait trailer. Regular Senko, Yumdinger knockoff. We got the custom chatterbait, which is a good one. Blade directly attached to the head. The pull point is a nice twisted wire. No clip to mess up with you. And we got the jackhammer, of course. Great balance, great hook, great keeper, great skirt. Everything about this is worth the price, in my opinion. It's a very well made bait. They did a great job on this, and it's worth the cost. I mean, yeah, you could buy 3 of these for the price of this, but how often do you lose these unless you're fishing from the bank? If you're fishing from the bank, okay, yeah, I get you don't want to spend $15, $16 on a chatterbait, but if you're fishing from a boat, get a jackhammer. The Turd, nothing floats better, period. If you're gonna Ned rig a turd. The Horny Toad, bit of a sleeper bait. A lot of people don't throw these anymore, but people are throwing them on the back of a buzz bait so that way they can skip it. It's also a little bit meatier profile. Fish get it in their mouth nice and easy. It's kind of gotten a second revival of life as baits go because of that buzz bait application. Super Fluke, this is one of my favorites ever. Trickworm, also a staple. So let's go through these and see what I would add to my cart as of right now. I already have a lot of these baits, so I don't really need to add anything. So let me go with the Pit Boss. Because right now I have a lot of Pit Boss in the Havoc, but I do not have it in the Power Bait. We're going to go with Big Texan. Should we go black and blue? I love black and blue, but I've never thrown the Pit Boss in black and blue. And what else? What other colors we got? Okeechobee Craw's a good one. I do like Perfection, but we already have that other one. Skeet's Ghost Minnow. Check that out. I want to look at this a little closer. I don't like the gold flake. Green money? Okay. Okay. I would either go green money or I would just go regular green pumpkin. Green pumpkin is great because you can always color it up with a marker or something. There's no additional flake that will, throw the fish off. I know people are like, oh, flake don't matter. Sometimes it does. So we'll just go with the regular green pumpkin. Add to cart. So we got 2 things on our cart already. Let's go back to that other page. I actually don't have any chigger craws at this time. 0. I have the crazy leg chigger craw, but I don't have the regular chigger craw. Maybe that's a mistake, maybe not. I don't know, but I'll give it a pass for now. But if you like chigger craws and you want some, hey, grab some. They're available. They're only $5. Pit boss a little cheaper. Just saying. What else we got? I definitely need some more dark sleepers. I keep losing them. Do they have any of the colors I want? Oh, look, they're in stock. Alright, get 2 of them, get 2 of them. Hannah Hayes and Hayes all day long. All day long. Wakasagi is alright. Shirao, that's good too. And I've seen people catch on these other colors as well, but these 2, they're my guys. Whoa, we're already up to $35. Okay. So, as I said, I went through their bestseller list. I think a lot of these are worthy of your time and your money. So you could always add these to your cart and not feel bad about any of them, except for maybe the Hybrid Hunter. I'm not really sure about that one. I think that it's hot because there is an application for it, but I just don't have it anywhere near me. I don't know why it's so popular. I really don't. Let's go to the soft baits. What should we look at first? I just did a video on drop shot baits. I'm not going to really go into them too much. We talked a bit about the crosstail shad and the stumpy crush in the last video, Z-drop worm. So go look at that video if you have a chance. I think that we will look at... Let's look at creature baits. They're kind of interesting. Alright, so creature baits, we got a whole bunch of different looking items that could be alive but aren't recognizable as any type of animal that anybody has ever seen. I mean, they're kind of like a bug, they're kind of like a crustacean. It could be alive, so fish eat it. And that is some of the appeal of the creature bait. A lot of people like to throw them because the fish have never seen anything like it before, and hey, why not try a big meaty meal that's going to give me a protein boost? At least that's what people think when they're throwing these. Going through, a lot of these are very similar in size, shape, appendages. They're just kind of like variations on the same theme. Some of them are kind of unique, like the bellows gill. Look at all the ribs on this thing and look how thin it actually is down the middle. And I've heard that these smell really, really bad. So that might be why they are so effective and why people are, going crazy over these. $9.50 for a pack of soft plastics, though. I feel like I can do better by, buying a pack of sweet beavers, and it would do the same thing. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm wrong. So going through all of these, I definitely need these. The Molix Freaky Flex. A lot of people don't know Molix. It is an Italian company with the owner being half Italian and half Japanese, like myself. And I'm a big fan of their baits, mainly because of that. They're kind of off the wall. They do weird things with their lures that are out of the box. I mean, no one else has something that looks exactly like this. It's kind of like a beaver. Or the Freaky Flip, which I've been using for many years. But the Freaky Flex is a smaller bait. I think that will work very well in stream and canal situations, even in finesse presentation needs for both largemouth and smallmouth, especially if you're trying to get a bite during tough conditions. We got, your typical colors, except for the cola. The cola is a weird one that I think Italians really like. They kind of force that one into the listing here, but we got your regular black blue flake, green pumpkin, watermelon candy, watermelon red. We'll go with the green pumpkin because that's a good all-around crawdad color. I do like the watermelon candy though. It's kind of different. At the cart, $5.52 each. Alright, marked down from $6.49. That's a deal. And I only get a 6-pack. Ouch. Alright. So, that was me indulging myself because I don't have them and I want them. But it's really not the best value. If we go around here, we look at the prices of different creature baits. We think about what we're going to get in a pack, how many fish we're actually going to catch with it, what the fish attracting appeal of the lure is. You're getting your best value creature bait out of either probably a missile baits beaver or Yum Woolly Bug. Yep, I said it. Well, Yum Woolly Bug. You're getting your best value out of that because it's basically a sweet beaver, but you only pay $2.99 for it. Argue with me all you want. You can't argue with the price of it and the effectiveness of how many fish you can catch per pack of baits. It does the same thing. I mean, even a Zoom Z-Hog, which actually doesn't have any salt in it compared to most other Zoom offerings, odd fact there, you get more out of the Woolly Bug because of just the price. Super Hog is a sleeper. We'll not talk about that one much more. I like them. The Brush Hog's even more expensive. So we got the Yum Woolly Bug, and then we'll go back up to the Missile. Where are you at? D-Bomb, $3.99. I mean, really? And you can get it in great, multi-packs. I like the Baby Destroyer as well. Other parts of the country might like the regular Destroyer. This is a big bait. I think this thing is like 6 inches at like full length. But the Baby Destroyer, this thing catches big fish around me. Something about the way it moves. And there's a color called GPP, GGP, GPPP, something like that I really like. Where'd it go? Are they not selling it? There you go. GP3. It's kind of purple. It's kind of green pumpkin. It's kind of a little bit of everything. Fish like it. But I don't need any of these because I have a bunch. I just want to show you. So I would buy a D-Bomb, but I have them. So best value, I'm going to go with that Woolly Bug out of everything. I mean, we'll go back down to it. How many of these do you get in a pack? 10, 8. That little Molix bait I got, only get 6 of them. And I get half the plastic that I'm getting. Not even a half that plastic. A third. And they got your regular colors. Ooh, green. Look at this. It's a good color. Alright. Let's look at our cart real quick. See how much we're at. We're at 40 bucks. And we haven't even left the soft bait categories. Oh man. Let's look at hard baits real quick. Let's go with lipless crankbaits. Even though their image is not lipless crankbaits. lot of people love lipless crankbaits. Cast and retrieve, pull in fish. They can do a lot more than that, but that's the big appeal of them. I mean, they catch big fish bite them. And going down the list here, I have most of these. I have them in almost every color. These are cool. But they're soft, so keep that in mind. That's not a hard bait. Anything innovative here? I just picked up a couple of LV500s for the first time. Planning on throwing them this winter. I was told by Tactical Bassin the best way to fish these is on a jigging retrieve. I haven't thrown them yet. They sound good. They're heavy. But that's about all I know. This thing is really interesting. The V-Wrap blade. Let's look at it. I got one of these right away as soon as it came out. I got this color because in the commercials the tiger stripe look really cool in the water. I don't know if it'll actually catch any fish. It has a double hook here on the bottom, and I can't imagine them getting hooked on it. It's just, they took away the hook that I hooked most of my lipless fish on, and I'm not sure what the appeal is of this versus any other Rapala lipless bait. Besides the color. I mean, it's really loud. It has good wobble to it. You have two different pull points on the top of it. A lot of people are throwing it and catching fish, but not necessarily bass. So I think it's more of like a multi-species type of lure. Maybe it hasn't found its time to shine yet, or maybe it's not in the right hands of whoever needs to, work out the real use of this bait, but it has potential. Two different sizes now. Before it only came in the one size, and that's what I got. I think mine is 2.5, but some neat colors in this. Neat bait, very loud. Again, very, very loud bait. So this might be worth looking into, but I would switch out that front hook into a treble of brand that you rely on, like. What else we got here? Anything new? Anything fun? This could be fun. What is this? Alright, so here's a bait that I know hardly anything about, but I'm liking what I'm seeing already. Shinfuke, he knows fishing. He is a pro angler for a long time now. And he fine-tuned this crankbait to do what? Loud talking and noise. Alright. Again, this thing has two pull points now. High pitch. Look at these colors. This is outside, kind of weirdo thinking here. We got some of the normal ones, right? We got this, and then we've got that, and that. What are they thinking with this bait? What makes it so different? And it has this little tiny eyeball here on the back, I guess for the crawl ones, so that way they could paint them that way, as if the fish care whether there's an eyeball on it or not. I don't know if fish care. I know that when the eyes fall off of my crankbait, I want to put new eyes back on it, otherwise I have no confidence in it. But I don't know if an eye here or there makes a difference. I just know that an eye makes a difference. This is an interesting color. Killer Gill. Sold out already. So if I were to buy these, I would go with your typical confidence colors. And maybe if you felt like it, you would go with, something wacky. Sharp blue is something you don't see in a lipless very often. That might be worthwhile. How much are these? Good night, 10.59. That's really expensive. You could get an Aruku shad for 7.49. I would much rather buy one of these. We'll stick with the Aruku. Okay, so out of all of the lipless, I'm going to say your Aruku shads are probably going to be your better value, as well as the red eye. All the other ones you could kind of keep. I don't need them. I have them, but I don't need them. I hardly ever tie them on. Why do I buy them? What's wrong with me? Keep buying these booyahs thinking that they'll work. I haven't caught a damn thing on them. Oh. This one's good too, but the hooks suck. Change out the hooks and you got a good bait there. Let's skip over here to the frogs. We'll go to the hollow body. People love fishing frogs, and I get why. I mean, it's fun. You get to see the actual strike, and you're fishing in like a dense mat typically, and fish blow up through it. It kind of reminds you of what fishing should be, right? For me, it's not a very effective technique. It's low percentage hookups, it's low percentage bite ratio per day, of the year. Let's say you go fishing 365 days in a year. How many days are you actually on a frog bite? Unless you live in a place where frogging is a must, like Champlain, Potomac, maybe even Gunnersville. But on a given day in a pond in New Jersey, I just don't see the point of picking up a frog 9 times out of 10. It just isn't an effective way to catch a lot of fish. So, once in a while, I do like to pick one up, and when I do, I usually pick a pad crasher. I like the junior size a lot. It's harder to cast, but get better hookups. They eat it better. It's easier for them to just take it down, and it's got a good hook in it. Out of all these other ones, what would I buy? So one thing to note, I don't like frogs that have a lot of meat behind the hook. If you look at a scum frog, this is one of the most effective frogs of all time. It has 2 things going for it. It's super weedless, the hook is in the far back of the bait, and it's super soft. It is not very durable. Not at all. They tried to improve things by adding the Pro Series, the Launch Frog, the Scumdog Walker, but they missed that key point that made their original so good. The hook in the back. The hook in the very back. Why did you have to move it forward? Not to say that these won't work. They do. But why change what was effective before? I've tried some of these Savage Gear frogs. Not really a fan. The hook is weird. I don't catch fish with them. The Bronze Eye has been a staple. It's built well. It catches fish. It walks great. It's nice and tough. Super soft. It's just pricey. Who wants to pay $10 for a frog? The Sexy Frog, a lot of people have this thing, but I don't like it. I don't like it because the eyeballs on it are really hard. And I feel like when a fish bites down on it, the eyeballs actually pop their jaw back open. I don't have proof of that, but I haven't caught any fish with it. I've gotten bites, but I can't hook up. If I throw that booyah out there, I hook up. So I think it's the eyeballs on the Sexy Frog. Might as well go with the cheaper booyah anyway. What else we got here? The Zoom. Nobody really likes this thing. It's big. It's really big. It's got a 3rd leg. Nobody needs that. Here we have the Stanford Boom Boom Frog. Fred Rambanis knows frogging. And this is a bait that is worth our time. The reason why I think that this one's worth our time is because Fred had designed a frog for true tungsten back in the day, and that frog was one of the best ever made. Now, there were some bad true tungsten frogs, but the ones that were good were really good. And I think that Fred was able to take the good parts of those true tungsten frogs, put it into this, and then add a little something here on top with that little piece of Velcro. And the idea for that is that the fish grab onto it and hold it with their teeth a little better. Got some really crazy colors with this thing. I think I'm going to grab one. It's on sale already, and we've got our 15% off. So if there's a time to buy it, now's the time. Let's go right for swim baits. Let's talk about big swim baits. Everybody likes them. They're appealing to people. We got the new 6 Sense ones. $35 compared to some of the other competitors that are coming out here with like $150 baits. That's a pretty good value. Will it catch fish? I don't know now. I know that a triple trout will catch fish, but you're also paying a little more. I know that depth slide swimmer will catch fish, but again, you're paying way more and you're having a hard time finding it. The Fish Lab gill swim bait, this thing is not my favorite, but the wake bait does catch fish. It's a little bit smaller profile, so if you're looking for a swim bait that will be able to cast on regular, crankbait or spinnerbait gear, this is a good one for you. It's not the best balance, and it's a little bit tall for my liking. See how round this thing is? I think that kind of hurts the action, maybe even hurts the appeal to the fish a little bit when you look at all the other ones that are kind of narrow and slim. What else we got? Scottsboro Tackle, they've got a little swim bait here. The Spro Shad is a bit of a sleeper. The BBZ, everybody loves these. They swim great. They've been catching fish for a long time. The new Arashi just came out. It's not proven. I don't think it's worth the time. Anything made by Mike Bucca is well built, well made. You're paying a little bit more, but you could pay a lot more if you get something custom made. So you think about that. $60, $50 for a swim bait. It's really not that much compared to some of the other things that are out there. Flow glider, people say you have to grind these down. The hybrid swim, this reminds me of the old Strike King swim and shad a little bit, but I don't think it has the same appeal to the fish. The Bait Sanity Antidote, this thing for $25, that seems like a pretty good value. The tactical bassin guys say that they like it. I actually have one of these chub jointed pikey. This was the largemouth bass world record catching lure at one point. People don't really associate it as a swim bait, but it is. It's a jointed two-piece realistic shaped bait. It's not going to have fins or anything like that of a new bait, but they catch fish. The hooks on it are terrible. The bulldoze. I love a nice bulldoze. Got the bull shooter, the silent killer, which is actually the slide swimmer with a lip. This came out first, and I think that they just broke the lip off and made it a glide bait. Let's see what else. Any other good ones? The claw. Look at this thing, $120 for the claw. It's a good bait. It's definitely a good bait. Ooh, here's a G-Rat. I want to grab one of them. Anything else good in here? The Mother, $500 swim bait. Carved from wood. I'm going to work on that myself. I'm going to carve one. And the Shine Glide. The Shine Glide is probably the best value glide bait that you can buy. Period. I like them. They work well. I've caught fish with them. They are realistic in shape. The colors about their advertising do not match the bait itself. It's supposed to look like a golden shiner. Here you have your perfect golden shiner. Perfect gizzard shad. Get one of each. You're done. The 5-inch, the 7-inch, they both work. The G-Rat, I like these. And according to Tactical Bassin, these things work. So why not? Why not? 20 bucks for a Pistol Pete. What kind of color are we getting? Wakasagi. I like it. Let's go with a color I don't have. We're gonna go with that. Alright, so if you're with me still after 30 minutes, we're about to get to the boring part. The boring part for me is hooks and weights. People don't really go gaga over them, but you need them. And for order to catch a fish, you need hooks to, put it through their mouth and bring them in. Period. So let's see what we can buy hook-wise. We got some flipping hooks, and I am a big fan of the laser trocar flipping hook. It's really, really sharp. They penetrate very well through a beaver style bait, and it'll go well with those pit bosses that I got. I like the 5/0. Get a couple packs of them. We're up to about $75. I think we get a free sticker now, so that's always good. Let's see what other kind of hooks they got. Oh, they got Trocar Nico hooks. And I'm gonna get a couple on size 1. And they don't have the size 1/0 or 2/0. They're sold out. Must be really popular. Here's our cart so far. 84 bucks. We had a budget of 100. We're almost there. Let's see what else we can buy. Let's look at some drop shot hooks. We got lots of different ones out here, and this best-selling Aaron Martin's drop shot hook actually gets terrible reviews. It's really good value, you would think, but everybody who leaves a review about it says they lose the biggest fish of their life and it bent out on them or broke. Terrible things happen if you use that hook. So I've kind of been afraid to use it, to be honest. The one that I like, and it seems to work really, really well, is also an inexpensive one. The Skinny Bear Extra Wide Gap Drop Shot Hook. You get 6 in a pack for $2.29. Really good value. It's really sharp. It's very similar to that Aaron Martin's one, but they're all in stock. So let's get some of them. Let's get some of them. Size 4? When do you need a size 4 unless you're drop shotting for crappie or bluegill? I don't know. But size 1 will fit most bigger profile baits. Size 2 is great for like really skinny worms, kind of like a robo worm, things like that. And you're not breaking the bank. Look at this. It comes down to less than $2 each with the discount. Let's talk weights. Terminal tackle. Tungsten weights. Here's what I do when I look for a tungsten weight to buy. I go out and I look for the cheapest one, and that's the one that I buy. because it's just a dang weight. Nobody cares if it has eyeballs or dots or anything like that. The fish definitely don't care. $3.74. Now here's the thing about the cheapest one. Sometimes they're cheap because they only give you 2 in a package. 5-pack. Alright. You get a 5-pack, you get a 4-pack, you get a 2-pack. But a 2-pack of half-ounce tungsten for $3.74? We're going with it. Give me 2 of them. Give me 2 of them. What other sizes do I need? I definitely need 1/8 ounce. No need to add them to my wish list. And look, I've gone over my budget. I'm at 105 now. I don't have any money left over to buy line or trolling motors or anything else that Tackle Warehouse might have. In fact, I should probably get rid of a bait. Let's go look at the cart. We'll get rid of one of the Trocar flipping hooks. There we go. $100, 13 cents. They charge you tax, so yeah, you blew the budget by a little bit, but you get a free sticker. So what do you think of my picks? What would you pick? Would you choose something else? Comment down below any of your choices that you're getting from the sale. Something that I missed, something that I should know about. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this, please leave me a comment letting me know if you did or not. Thanks!